This is my market assignment. I'll be analyzing Marlboro Company. So Marlboro Company is a major producer of cigarettes in the U.S. and globally. They were founded in 1924 is when they got their name. They started. They became the #1 brand for cigarettes in 1972. We'll look at their original supply and demand function here. So you can see that we have the P for price on our vertical axis and the Q for quantity on our horizontal axis. And our green dot is our equilibrium dot, and that is at the point where we will see just total revenue for Marlboro itself, which is about $24 almost billion in total revenue, per year in the last year. So a big thing, and on why I'm analyzing the shift, is a huge tobacco tax increase. You've seen it across the states. They've been doing it really for years, since about 1998, the year that I was actually born. They started trying to really tax tobacco because they started understanding the health and the health diseases that it gave and how bad it was and how addictive it was. And so this is more on the reasons. According to the tobacco-free-kids.org, tobacco to being taxed on it is the most effective way to reduce smoking and other tobacco use. And each state has added some amount of tax on tobacco. The taxfoundation.org said that it ranges really each state. The least amount that they put on a pack was 17 cents, and the most was roughly $4.50, which is a lot per pack if you really think about it. I think last year the average in the U.S. was just over $6. So to add that, you're paying close to $11 per pack of cigarettes, and a lot of families really can't afford that, and that's a big reason for this graph. So we have our supply and demand graph, which is almost a replica of the one that we did earlier, but we add in our demand prime. And our demand prime is just showing that we have had less demand because people do not have the income and the means to support the addiction of the nicotine and the tobacco, and that's just reality. There's another reason, really, that I also think there's been a big decline in sales of tobacco and cigarettes is there have been new products introduced. There have been different products in the same kind of realm, not necessarily tobacco products, but nicotine products. You see a lot of vaporizers that are just like a juice with nicotine in it, or Juul products, which are essentially the same thing, and they're just really heavily nicotine based, but they don't have tobacco. So a lot of people are moving to those because they think they're less harmful and less addictive, which is not true, but it is a thing. Another thing, the change in consumer taste. In the year that we have now, smoking is not glamorous. It is not shown on TV as it used to be. It is not advertised on TV. They have had lots of regulations put on them, and therefore the people view them typically as not a good thing. You don't look at a cigarette and be like, oh, that's good for me. So the taste of the consumer has changed because of that. So those are two other big reasons that we have seen a demand shift downward in sales.